In the heart of Obeli village, where people prayed loudly but sinned quietly, lived a 17-year-old girl named Ngozi. She wasn't anyone's idea of good. She fought boys like they were goats, cursed out elders when they deserved it, and once slapped a church deacon for touching her waist during prayer. Mothers warned their daughters to avoid her. Men whispered that she had a demon inside her. Ngozi didn't care. She hated lies, especially from men who wore white suits and called themselves servants of God. At the top of that list was Pastor Ezekiel, the flashy prophet of Mount Zion Fire Chapel. He spoke in tongues so fast people thought he swallowed angels. He wore gold rings and drove a black Jeep through a village where most people had no slippers. And whenever Ngozi passed by, his eyes lingered too long. Once during a Sunday sermon, he pointed straight at her and said, "This girl carries the spirit of rebellion. She will be destroyed if she doesn't bow before the altar." She stood up and walked out just like that. So, when her cousin dared her one night during a crusade, enter the church at midnight and sleep on the pastor's chair, she didn't blink. "At midnight," Ngozi said, "I'll even spit on it before I sleep." So, at exactly 12:08 a.m. under a crescent moon, Ngozi crept into the empty church. The windows were closed, the air was still. There were no crickets, no wind. She stood for a moment, then laughed.
"So this is the holy place?"
She scoffed, walking to the altar. "Let me see what your angels will do." She threw herself onto Pastor Ezekiel's plush leather chair and folded her arms. "Where are your spirits now?" she said aloud. And then everything went black. She woke up in fire. She wasn't in the church anymore. She was floating in thick, choking smoke. Beneath her was a pit, deep, wide, endless. And from inside it, the sounds of screaming souls echoed like thunder. She tried to move, but invisible chains clamped onto her ankles, dragging her downward. "What is this?" she cried. "Where am I?" A creature stepped out of the smoke. It had horns like a bull, eyes like burning coals, and a mouth full of human teeth. It laughed. "You came on your own," it said. "Midnight is our hour. But before we keep you, let me show you something." With a wave of its hand, the smoke cleared. Ngozi's breath caught. She saw bodies, men, women, even children screaming in flame. Snakes crawled through their mouths and eyes. Demons danced on their backs. And right in the center of it all, chained by the neck, crying like a baby, was Pastor Ezekiel. His white suit was shredded, his body blackened with burns. His voice was hoarse from screaming. "Please, I'm sorry. Mercy, mercy." Ngozi's mouth went dry. "No, it can't be." "Oh, but it is," the demon said, grinning. "The great prophet, do you want to know why he's here?" "No," she whispered. "I already know." The demon laughed louder. He called fire down from the sky but couldn't control the fire inside his own house. He took offerings from the poor to build houses in the city. He touched girls after altar call and called it spiritual cleansing. He threatened anyone who saw too much. "Especially you. Why are you showing me this?" Ngozi asked, her voice trembling. "Because you fear no one," the demon said. "Not even the fake ones." Just as flames reached her feet, a bright light burst through the darkness. A voice thundered, "Enough!" The demon shrieked and vanished into the pit. A being of light descended, blazing eyes, skin like fire, wings spread wide. Ngozi collapsed, shielding her eyes. "You were never pure," the voice said, "but you hated lies. And in this world, truth is rare," Ngozi sobbed. "What do you want from me?" The figure touched her forehead. "Tell them what you saw. Let no one silence you. Not even their so-called holiness can hide them now." Then there was silence, and she opened her eyes in the church, still sitting in the pastor's chair. It was 3:17 a.m. Ngozi stood, breathing hard. Her legs shook. Her skin felt like it had been through fire. She walked home in silence. By morning, the whole village heard she had died and come back. Some laughed. Others said she'd finally gone mad. But at the next Sunday service, she walked into Mount Zion Fire Chapel, stood before the pulpit and said, "I saw Pastor Ezekiel in hell." The church went silent. She stepped closer. He was in chains, crying, begging. "And I saw why. He is no prophet. He is a predator." Gasps, screams, someone fainted. Pastor Ezekiel stood slowly. "You lie," he said, "you devil child." She faced him. "Touch me and you'll see." He raised his hand and froze. Literally, his arms stiffened midair. His legs buckled. He screamed like a mad dog and fell to the ground. Then right there in front of everyone, he began to confess. The lies, the fake miracles, the secret abortions, the stolen money, everything. By evening, Pastor Ezekiel vanished. Some say he ran. Others swear demons dragged him before the cock crowed.